Seasoner
And go!
So it might be a little while before this one comes out.
Okay.
I'm trying to get ahead. I think this is coming out while we're on holiday. So
To get the
late
backlog.
March, early April. We'll see how that all shakes out.
Yep. And I mean, what? We're going to record a whole bunch while we're away.
Ooh, I certainly hope so. We're in fact going to record some episodes of... Welcome... What? Hang on, what am I doing?
I don't know.
Welcome to...
Second-hand Haunting.
Where we read ghost stories out of a second-hand book I got from a second-hand shop and try and make sense of them.
Fun of them?
Sense of them.
Fun of them.
Mostly fun. Very much fun, especially today, I think. Hey, Amber.
Hi, Callum.
How you going?
Good?
Good day?
Yeah, lovely day.
Ready for some spookies?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a shame it isn't tomorrow when all the thunder and lightning is supposed to start.
Oh, good point. All right, let's turn all this off and start recording tomorrow instead.
Great. Hi, Callum.
Hey, Amber. Did you catch a glimpse of the book
No,
as you were
haven't-
walking around the table?
Not at all. I
No?
was not paying attention.
Oh, excellent. Well, on today's episode, we're going to be doing a story from the Ingoldsby Legends by Thomas Ingoldsby Esquire.
Have we done this book before?
I have done one or two stories from this before with Ollie. I think this
Okay.
is your first time hearing one of them. Mm-hmm. It's a little non-standard,
Okay.
because this guy, he recorded a bunch of legends around his home house of Tappington Manor that he'd heard, that got told to him. He kind of got renowned for them, and he started writing them down. And for some reason, he considered himself a poet.
For some reason.
So for posterity, he transcribed all of the local ghost stories as poems.
Okay. Why do you say, like, he wasn't a poet?
Well, I mean,
He was writing poetry?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, fair. He was a poet.
Maybe you could say he was a bad one.
He was, well, he's, as you go, I think you'll find his poems have more in common with limericks than Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner,
Okay. I see what you mean.
despite their length.
There was an old ghost from...
Nantucket. Yeah, I don't know how to segue that. So the story that he has for us today is Patty Morgan, the Milkmaid's story,
Okay.
a.k.a. Look at the Clock.
I love that those are not related in any way. Like, also known as Look at the Clock. Like, you'd be like, oh, you know, that Patty Morgan one. Oh, that one where they look at the clock. Like,
Yeah.
there's no segue between.
No, that's why it needs to have both titles. I think.
Yeah.
Now, as it is poetry, it obviously benefits from being read as poetry, right?
Okay.
So I'm not going to stop along the way and attempt to explain all the old words, because this is written in, like, the 1840s.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of them. And it's poetry. So he's often deployed very curious words to make the rhyme scheme work.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll give you a chance at the end of every stanza or so. We'll take a break,
Yeah.
see if we can debrief about what has just happened.
Okay.
But I'm going to try not to stop too much as we
Sure.
go. Now, there is a third title here. It's Fit One. Not sure what that's about. Look at the clock, quoth Winifred Price, as she opened the door to her husband's knock. Then paused to give him a piece of advice. You nasty varmint, look at the clock. Is this the way, you wretch, every day you treat her who vowed to love and obey you?
Okay, so she's immediately angry at her husband.
Yep.
He's just sitting in his study. Knock? Is that a study or like a bedroom?
Knock, nook.
Nook, yeah, got it. So she's just like, get off your ass and do something.
Yeah. Now, I did stop there because I'm trying to internalise the rhyme scheme.
Okay.
And the sort of pace of everything. That wasn't actually the end of the stanza.
Oh, sorry.
I might take it from the top just now that I'm in the rhythm of it.
Yep.
Look at the clock, quoth Winifred Price, as she opened the door to her husband's knock, then paused to give him a piece of advice. You nasty varmint, look at the clock. Is this the way, you wretch, every day you treat her who vowed to love and obey you? Out all night, me in a fright, staggering home as it's just getting light. You intoxified brute, you insensible block. Look at the clock, do look at the clock.
Wow. Dr. Zeus is taking lessons from this guy.
I think you'll find that Thomas Ingoldsby Esquire is very influential.
Yep. Okay.
So he's not just shut up in his study. Oh, her husband's knock. He's knocking at the door, drunk.
Oh.
So he's come home drunk. When we were talking about the knock before, it is literally his knock. I'm just so primed for weird spellings.
She's ready, waiting for him to come home so she can give him a piece of her mind.
Yep.
I love her.
Winifred Price was tidy and clean. Her gown was a flowered one, her petticoat green. Her buckles were bright as her milking cans, and her hat was a beaver and made like a man's. Her little red eyes were deep set in their socket holes. Her gown tail was turned up and tucked through the pocket holes. A face like a ferret betokened her spirit. To conclude, Miss Price was not over young, had very short legs and a very long tongue.
I like that. I don't know when these things started to happen, but there's also, I felt, some sort of innuendo coming in there, in that it's like she had shiny milk cans and she had a beaver hat, and like
oh, you've noticed that, have you?
Of course.
Now David Price had one darling vice, remarkably partial to anything nice. Naught that was good to him came amiss, whether to eat or to drink or to kiss. Especially ale, if it was not too stale, I really believe he'd have emptied a pail. Not that in Wales they talk of their ales, to pronounce the word they make use of might trouble you, being spelt with a C, two R's and a W.
Okay, yeah. So making fun of the Welsh spelling of just stick a bunch of R's and W's. And, yeah.
None of these people are Welsh. He's just having a dig at the Welsh, because that's what you do in 1840.
I was wondering about that. I was like, this isn't Welsh, is it, or is it? Okay. I wouldn't have thought Winifred
Price.
I wouldn't have thought Winifred? I can't say that word, apparently. I would have thought Winifred Price was...
Winnie, if you will.
Yeah, not Welsh, a name.
No. Oh, mate, Price? I don't know now, and I don't think it matters.
No.
That particular day, as I've heard people say, Mr. David Price had been soaking his clay, and amusing himself with his pipe and cheroots the whole afternoon at the Goat in Boots, with a couple more soakers, thoroughbred smokers, both like himself, prime singers and jokers. And long after day had drawn to a close, and the rest of the world was wrapped in repose, they were roaring out, "Shankin!" and "Ah, hid your nose!" While David himself, to a Sassenach tune, sang, "We've drunk down the sun, boys, let's drink down the moon." What have we with day to do? Miss Winifred Price, 'twas made for you. At length, when they couldn't well drink any more, old Goat in Boots showed them the door. And then came the knock, and the sensible shock David felt when his wife cried, "Look at the clock!" For the hand stood as crooked might be, the long at the 12, and the short at the 3.
So they've been drinking all day and all night.
Yeah.
And they've been thrown out of the pub.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh no, it's 3 a.m. She's going to tell me to look at the clock."
I don't even think he's thinking of the time.
Okay.
I think he's just stumbled home and been shocked when his wife is mad at him. Because he didn't realise it was 3 a.m.
I like the expression of, "We've drunk out the sun, let's drink out the moon."
Yeah. We've drunk down the sun.
Drunk down the sun, yeah. Just to really hammer home the fact that they are on a bender.
Sozzled.
Yeah.
Pissed. Fucked. Munted.
May she stayed up.
Or she's been woken.
Yeah, that's true. I love the idea, like, if you came home drunk at 3 a.m, but I'd be, "Look at that clock! Look at that clock!"
You get it, right?
You'd be too drunk to look at the clock.
I'm guessing that's what it might be referring to with the hands being crooked.
Yeah.
Like he can't even tell.
See, yeah.
That self-same clock had long been a bone of contention between this Darby and Joan, and often among their pother and rout, when this otherwise amiable couple fell out, Price would drop a cool hint with an ominous squint at its case of an uncle of his who'd a spout. The horrid word spout no sooner came out than Winifred Price would turn her about, and with scorn on her lip and a hand on each hip, spout herself till her nose grew red at the tip. You thundering villain, I know you'd be killing your wife, a dozen of wives for a shilling. You may do what you please, you may sell my chemise. Mrs. P was too well-bred to mention her stock, but I never will part with my grandfather's clock.
I think I missed what that part's about.
Yeah, me too. I got confused at the word spout.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure if it's that she's angry and like her nose has gone red from being angry and shouting, like spouting words, like her mouth or something.
Yeah, apparently I looked it up, and spout could mean espouse, which makes some sense, or pawn shop.
Oh, because
which also makes sense.
She wouldn't ever pawn off her grandfather's clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sell my underpants, but you can't sell my clock.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm guessing he's saying that he's looking at the clock, he's threatening to sell the clock, because she keeps using the clock to berate him.
Yep.
And she's like, you can sell everything in this house, you're not selling that clock.
I love that his thing is like, well, if I came home at 3 a.m. but she didn't have a clock, she wouldn't know that I'd been out all night.
Yep. And in 1840, you can see the logic.
Yeah, although like...
It doesn't solve the issue.
No, it doesn't.
But...
Sorry, this is a tangent.
Yeah.
We have sundials. Were moon dials a thing? Like...
The moon doesn't really correlate as reliably to time as the sun does, right? Because the sun passes overhead each day at the same rate over and over and over again, but the moon orbiting the Earth is significantly more erratic. You could figure it out, for sure, but not with a simple dial.
Yep. A candle, I suppose you'd have to...
Yeah. Oh, there's absolutely other methods of telling time. But they have a fancy grandmother clock.
Yes.
Sorry, I think I read grandfather earlier, but it's a grandmother clock.
Oh. Hangs on the wall?
Now, technically, a grandmother clock is like a miniature grandfather clock, but it is her grandmother's clock.
Okay, sure.
And is probably a grandfather clock.
Yep.
Due to things I remember later in the story.
Ah, okay.
You can certainly assume it's the size of a person. Mrs. Price's tongue ran long and ran fast, but patience is apt to wear out at last. And David Price in temper was quick, so he stretched out his hand and caught hold of a stick. Perhaps in its use he might mean to be lenient, but walking just then wasn't very convenient. So he threw it instead, direct at her head. It knocked off her hat, down she fell flat. Her case, perhaps, was not much mended by that, but whatever it was, whether rage and pain, produced apoplexy or burst of vein, or her tumble induced a concussion of brain, I can't say for certain, but this I can, when sobered by fright, to assist her he ran. Miss Winifred Price was as dead as Queen Anne.
No!
She gone.
No!
Yeah. Now, you do recall that this is a ghost story.
I know, so she's going to come back and haunt the fuck out of him. Wow, so he really did just, like, murder her.
Yep. He sure did.
Manslaughtered her?
1840, I don't know if there's a distinction.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. He was just like, stop telling me what I can and can't do. Or stop telling me to look at that clock. Have this stick.
Stop berating me.
Yeah,
Stop nagging me, Mrs. Price.
Yeah, it's like full-on Punch and Judy.
Yeah. I also wouldn't say that that's an accident.
Oh, right. I love that he ran to her when he realised. Like, I like that it made that distinction of like, oh, he was sorry.
Oh, when sobered by fright to assist her, he ran. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was being ironic and he just ran away. But no, he did actually run to her.
Like, she goes down and he's like, oh, no.
Yeah. Oops. The fearful catastrophe, named in my last strophe. The rhymes are tortured sometimes.
He's fighting for him.
The fearful catastrophe, named in my last strophe, as adding to grim death's exploits such a vast trophy. made a great noise, and the shocking fatality ran over like wildfire the whole principality. Then came Mr. Ap Thomas, the coroner, with his jury to sit, some dozen or more on her. Mr. Price, to commence his ingenious defence, made a powerful appeal to the jury's good sense. The world he must defy, ever to justify any presumption of malice prepense. The unlucky lick from the end of his stick he deplored he was apt to be rather too quick, but really her parting was so aggravating, some trifling correction was just what he meant, all the rest he assured them was quite accidental.
I just mean to regular beat her.
Yeah.
Like you regular beat your wife. I didn't mean to kill her, just a regular wife beating.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Then he calls Mr. Jones, who depones to her tones, and her gestures and hints about breaking his bones, while Mr. Ap Morgan and Mr. Ap Reese declared the deceased had styled him a beast, and swear they had witnessed with grief and surprise the allusion she made to his limbs and his eyes. So we've got two sides of the case now. Some people are saying that she'd threatened him, other people saying he's the beast. Who's to say? I mean, we know.
Yeah.
The jury, in fine, having sat on the body the whole day discussing the case and gin toddy, returned about 11:30 at night the following verdict. We find Sarver right.
So he's not guilty.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
I mean, they just admitted they're all drinking gin.
Yep.
They're all having some gin toddies while they think about this. Yeah.
You got a bunch of other drunk louts
Yeah.
have decided that, yes, a berating wife should be killed.
Ah, the king's justice.
Time for some other kind of justice, I think. Mr. Price, Mrs. Winifred Price being dead, felt lonely and moped, and one evening he said he would marry Miss Davis at once in her stead.
I mean, I'm not surprised. God, I love that. Oh, I shouldn't have killed her. I actually quite needed a wife.
Yeah. I don't need Winifred, but I need a wife.
Comes home at 3 a.m. There's no one there telling him to look at the clock.
He's really missing it.
Yeah, it was just part of the to and fro.
He marries her, gets her home, realises she can't tell time. Oh. Not far from his dwelling, from the vale proudly swelling, rose a mountain, its name you'll excuse me from telling. For the vowels made use of in Welsh are so few, that's the A and the E, the I-O and the U, have really but little or nothing to do, and the duty, of course, falls the heavier by far on the L and the H and the N and the R. Its first syllable pen is pronounceable, then come 2 L's and 2 H's, 2 F's and an N. About half a score R's and some W's follow, beating all my best efforts at Euphony Hollow. But we shan't have to mention it often, so when we do, with your leave, we'll curtail it to pen.
Okay, so this is definitely Welsh where they are then, right? Is that,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he's like, they went somewhere, I can't tell you where.
Yeah, this whole thing,
yeah,
the whole thing may be happening in Wales.
yeah, and he just doesn't have the ability to pronounce the
No.
Welsh, so he's just going to make fun of them instead.
Well, we get an entire stanza
Yeah.
explaining why we're... Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's pen. How many more times will pen come up? Care to guess?
None.
None? Okay. Care for a second guess?
1.
Alright, let's go with that. Well, the moon shone bright upon Penn that night, that's 1. When Price, being quit of his fuss and his fright, was scaling its side with that sort of stride a man puts out when walking in search of a bride. Mounting higher and higher, he began to perspire, till, finding his legs were beginning to tire, and feeling oppressed by a pain in his chest, he paused and turned round to take breath and to rest. A walk all uphill is apt, we know, to make one, however robust, puff and blow. So he stopped, and he looked down on the valley below.
I didn't realise that there was a particular stride men had when they're looking for a bride.
Yeah, well, when you've got a great raging stick in your hand.
I love that also he just couldn't do it. And it's like, wow, you're a catch, aren't you?
Yeah.
Come home at 3 a.m, huffing and puffing on a hike.
Yeah, I mean, he's determined to go find this, what was her name?
Mrs. Davis?
Miss Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, very Welsh name. Miss Davis. He's like, right, let's go. Hop, 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 hop. Hill in the way. Hop, 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 hop.
Yep.
O'er fell and o'er fen, over mountains and glen, all bright in the moonshine, his eye roved, and then all the patriot rose in his soul, and he thought upon Wales and her glories, and all he'd been taught. Of her heroes of old, so brave and so bold, of her bards with long beards and harps mounted in gold, of King Edward the First, of memory accursed, and the scandalous manner in which he behaved, killing poets by dozens with their uncles and cousins, of whom not 1 in 50 had ever been shaved, of the court ball at which, by a lucky mishap, Owen Tudor fell into Queen Catherine's lap, and how Mr. Tudor successfully wooed her, till the dowager put on a new wedding ring, and so made him father-in-law to the king.
So he's pulled a queen.
A king pulled a queen. Yeah,
Oh.
this is
Oh, not
just
him.
him.
This is not him.
Yeah, while he's sitting there looking over the Welsh countryside,
Okay.
he's just thinking about Welsh history.
I see. I
Because-
thought for a second that he had pulled
No.
a queen, and I was like, whoa, I was not expecting that turn
He
of events.
does not deserve a
No,
queen.
no. Okay, he's just thinking, God, I'm patriotic about Wales.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, what else are you going to do? Sitting up the top of a hill waiting for your heart attack? Waiting for you to catch your breath.
To find your wife.
Yeah. That's why he's thinking about this previous man who found an amazing wife.
Yeah,
because
'cause
he's also looking for an
He's
amazing
got to
wife. Yeah.
Think. But it's a bit different going, right, if a king can pull a queen.
If a murderous king
Yeah.
can pull a good queen, then surely I'm in with a chance.
Yeah. That is unbridled male confidence. That's totally undeserved. Well, why, I could do that. I deserve that.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Patty Morgan to show up in this story, but yeah, whatever. He thought of... Oh, God, he's not finished thinking about Wales. Okay. He thought upon Arthur and Merlin of yore, on Griffith ap Conan and Owen Glendower, on Pendragon and heaven knows how many more. He thought of all this as he gazed in a trice, and on all things in short, but the late Mrs. Price. When a lumbering noise from behind made him start, and sent the blood back in full tide to his heart, which went pitter-pat as he cried out, "What's that?" And a very queer sound. Does it come from the ground, or the air from above, or below, or around? It is not like talking, it is not like walking, it's not like the clattering of pot or pan, or the tramp of a horse, or the tread of a man, or the hum of a crowd, or the shouting of boys. It's really a deuced odd sort of noise. Not unlike a cart's, but that can't be, for when could all the king's horses and all the king's men, with old Nick for a waggoner, drive one up Penn? That's 2 pence. Okay, so I'm going to put aside some of the Dr. Zeus stuff for a second.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're back to Zeus.
I think this is inferring that he had an erection.
Is it?
Maybe, I don't know. Apparently the noise sent the blood back in full tide to his heart. Well, where was the blood?
Oh.
Maybe. I
it's
don't
just
know.
Getting hard over Wales patriotism.
Yep. Look, it's either that or it's meant to be it sobered him up and got him...
Yeah, got him back on track, made him... Yeah.
Then definitely that sounds like Dr. Zeus after that point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Well, Zeus sounds like that.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that he hears something and he's got to go through this massive thing of like, well, it's not this and it can't be that and it can't be this and it can't be that. And
No, it can't possibly all these things that rhyme. Do you want to take a guess as to what the noise might be?
well, I mean, this is second-hand haunting.
Uh-huh.
So a ghost's got to show up at some point.
Yeah.
So a ghostly noise?
A ghost? Okay. What's a ghostly noise? Go on, give us the ghost noise.
What, like, ooh? What? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
however you think a ghost might sound.
Yeah, well, it might be moving something, or...
Ooh. What could it be moving?
I don't know. I don't know what he's got on him. He's got a stick. That's what. Well, maybe not even a stick.
Price, usually brimful of valour when drunk, now experienced what schoolboys denominate funk. In vain he looked back. On the whole of the track, he had traversed a thick cloud uncommonly black. At this moment obscured the broad disk of the moon, and did not seem likely to pass away soon. While clearer and clearer 'twas plain to the hearer, be the noise what it might, it drew nearer and nearer, and sounded, as Price to this moment declares, very much like a coffin a-walking upstairs. Care to take another guess what this sound might be?
Yeah, great. A coffin.
Yeah, you reckon it's a coffin coming out?
Isn't that what it just said?
It sounds like a coffin walking upstairs.
Okay.
But isn't necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, like a peg leg or something on something. I don't know. I really don't.
The Welsh pirates coming for him.
What was it said? Like a black cloud had fallen over? Is this...
Yeah, so it's got dark at least.
Okay.
Like
I
a black
see.
cloud has covered, I guess, the countryside.
I know that this
certainly
sounds
the moon.
weird because I know that there's a lot of coal mining in Wales. I was like, is that literally a black cloud of coal has like descended? I don't know, but okay, if that's just a way of saying it's now night.
Yeah, a thick cloud uncommonly black had obscured the moon. Yeah, so it's just a cloud's passed over the moon.
Yep. So the moon would have been providing sunlight, and it's like, what is he doing up this mountain at night? Must find wife.
He's determined.
Must find wife.
It's like he's walked out of the courtroom as the crow flies straight towards Miss Davis's house.
Can't make own breakfast tomorrow morning.
I also really want to call out, I think this is the earliest use I've seen of the word funk.
Yeah.
And he's even saying it's what the schoolboys call funk.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that is like cutting-edge slang.
Yeah.
Mr. Price had begun to make up for a run, as in such a companion he saw no great fun. When a single bright ray shone out on the way he had passed, and he saw, with no little dismay, coming after him, bounding o'er crag and o'er rock, the deceased Miss Winifred's grandmother's clock.
Oh my God.
'Twas so! It had certainly moved from its place, and come lumbering on thus to hold him in chase. 'Twas the very same head, and the very same case, and nothing was altered at all but the face. In that he perceived, with no little surprise, the two little winder holes turned into eyes,
Amazing.
blazing with ire like two coals of fire, and the name of the maker was changed to a lip, and the hands to a nose with a very red tip. No, he could not mistake it. 'Twas she to the life, the identical face of his poor defunct wife.
This might be the greatest story we've ever read on this show, I think.
Now, looking back on it, was it actually quite obvious he was going to be chased by a
No,
grandfather
I
clock?
don't know. I never would have guessed. Even though we'd set up the clock earlier, I never would have guessed it was the clock coming up the hill after him. I have to say, just what's in my mind at the moment
Hit me.
is in Fantasia with Mickey Mouse with all the brooms and the bum 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 bum, and like, I don't know, dun 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 dun, just coming up over the hill.
That, but it's is it Mrs. Tock from Beauty and the Beast?
Oh,
The living grandfather clock?
Beauty and the Beast. No, that's a wardrobe you're thinking of.
Oh, it is. Is there not a living clock
Yeah,
in
but
Disney
it's
somewhere?
it's Codsworth in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
a little clock.
Okay. Either way, that.
Yeah.
But
Just the menacing thing of a pursuing clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her face is incredible.
All right, you want to call it now? Is he drunk? Is he asleep?
No, he's getting all he
having a
deserves.
heart attack?
Yeah, no, this is really happening and he's getting all he deserves. This is the one haunting where I'm like, no, this is happening. There's no excuse. I want this one to be real.
Done.
If any of these hauntings could be real, this is the one I want to be real.
All right, is it at this point that I reveal April Fools? Because this is coming out a day before April Fool's Day. And I'm afraid none of this is real. This isn't based on anything. The poet just made it up.
You know what? I don't care. I let it be a lesson to them.
Sir Thomas Ingoldsby isn't even real. This is actually Reverend Richard Harris Barham, who was a priest who married so well he didn't ever have to worry about money, and his parish was so small he didn't ever have to worry about being a priest.
Wow.
So he spent his time writing
Fake ghost
joke poetry and sending it into the local paper.
Wow. You know what's funny is you've told me about this book before and I'd completely forgotten about it.
I was hoping it had been long enough.
Yeah, I didn't remember at all. I don't mind that it's not true.
I mean, none of these
None
stories
of them
are true.
It's really no different to anything else you read on this. But I think it is the best one, at least for my tastes personally.
A living grandfather clock with his wife's face on it. Beautiful.
Yeah, amazing. Like, is he drunk? Is he asleep? Could be, but like,
who cares?
Who cares? It's
Yeah.
amazing, and he deserves to be haunted by this wife clock. And I like the idea of this guy spreading fake stories around for ghost stories to read, thinking they're real, but still with morals in them that they could take away.
Oh, don't you worry. There will be an explicit moral at the end of this story,
Don't
and
kill
that
your wife.
moral will follow the rhyme scheme.
Okay.
It is probably worth saying that he didn't make all of these stories up wholesale.
Uh-huh.
He did draw on local legends and stuff for inspiration only. Like,
Yeah.
a phantom drummer existed as a story.
To get him going.
So he wrote a story about a different phantom drummer who did some fun shenanigans rather than whatever. However, I know of no English tales, stories, folklore, anything about a living clock chasing after a man.
No.
I'm giving all credit here to Reverend Barham.
Yeah.
One glance was enough, completely quaint stuff, as the doctors write down when they send you their stuff. Like a weathercock whirled by a vehement puff, David turned himself round, 10 feet of the ground. He cleared in his start at the very first bound. We've really entered the realm of cartoon now, haven't we?
Yes.
I've seen people run at West End Fair for cheeses. I've seen ladies run at Beau Fair for chemises. At Greenwich Fair, 20 men run for a hat, and one from a bailiff much faster than that. At football, I've seen lads run after the bladder. I've seen Irish bricklayers run up a ladder. I've seen little boys run away from a cane, and I've seen, that is, read of, good running in Spain. Now, he's put a footnote here for that particular line, and the footnote is, Irun is a town said to have been so named from something of this sort.
Oh, I thought he was referencing Running of the Bulls.
Yeah,
Is that Spain?
guess. Yeah, but also, is there a town in Spain called Irun? I didn't look anything up because
Okay.
we'd be here forever.
Yeah.
But he put a footnote in, so
Oh.
I will.
Okay. It seems weird for a country that I believe the Running of the Bulls, maybe that's South America. I thought that was Spain.
No, that's
for,
Spain.
For a country that has a famous running event to be like, oh, actually, it's a pun on the name of a place.
We did eventually look this up, and Irun is a town in Spain that is actually quite near Pamplona, where the Running of the Bulls is still held. So it does come from the same region, but is frankly just a silly little joke that the Reverend put in. Anyway, on with the poem. But I never did read of or witness such speed as David exerted that evening indeed. All I have ever heard of boys, women, or men falls far short of price as he ran over Penn. All that to say, this is possibly the fastest man on the planet.
Yep. Well, wouldn't you be if a grandfather clock with your wife's face was coming towards you after you'd murdered her?
Yeah.
So when my face haunts a clock, you'd probably move pretty fast.
Well, I know what dream I'm having tonight. Note, I did not say nightmare. He reaches its brow. He has passed it, and now, having once gained the summit, and managed to cross it he rolls down the side with uncommon velocity. But run as he will, or roll down the hill, that bugbear behind him is after him still. And close at his heels, not at all to his liking, the terrible clock keeps on ticking and striking, till, exhausted and sore, he can't run any more, but falls as he reaches Miss Davis's door. And he screams when they rush out, alarmed at his knock, "Oh, look at that clock! Do look at that clock!"
Very nice. Bringing it all full round.
Yeah. He would run across a pen and a heave. Sorry.
I was going to say I was a little disappointed that the clock wasn't yelling, "Look at me! Look at me!" as it ran after him, but then he does say, "Look at that clock," so he does the callback. Yeah.
Now,
what a catch, Mrs. Day. So she sees this man, stumbles onto her doorstep. It's the night time, we're aware, because the moon's out, banging on her door going, "There's a clock chasing me, look at it, look at it." Oh, well, this is the man I'm clearly going to marry.
Yeah. I like to imagine Miss Davis doesn't even know who this guy is, but I suspect they're probably at least acquainted from the pub.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or his wife's friend or something.
Yeah. Miss Davis looked up. Miss Davis looked down. She saw nothing there to alarm her. A frown came o'er her white forehead. She said it was horrid. A man should come knocking at that time of night and give her mamma and herself such a fright. To squall and to bawl about nothing at all. She begged he'd not think of repeating his call. His late wife's disaster by no means had passed her. She'd have him to know she was meat for his master. Then, regardless alike of his love and his woes, she turned on her heel and she turned up her nose.
Great. You go.
Yep.
We love it.
Don't come back here.
Yeah. I love that she was like, first of all, what time do you call this to just come rambling and raving on my doorstep about nothing? Like,
I wonder, is it 3 a.m. again?
Well, the other thing is he ran down here quickly because he'd been frightened. Imagine if he just continued ambling on his way with no interruption. It would have been, like, even later. Like, he's just no thought into this.
Or he was going to take his time and it would get so late it became actually reasonable in the morning again.
Just in time for breakfast.
Yep.
Secondly, I love Winifred just, like, absolutely helping another girl out by proving that this guy is crazy. Like, oh no, he's going to Miss Davis's house. I can't let this happen. Haunt him as a clock.
She won't be able to see me,
but
I'm going to make sure she sees him.
Yeah. I also love that she kind of, there's a little bit of language that I think we both didn't quite get, but I do love that she's basically like, "I heard about your wife.
Yes.
And I want none of you. Goodbye, sir."
Yeah, I'm a little baffled by that turn of phrase.
Yeah, meet for my master or something?
Yeah, his late wife's disaster by no means had passed her. That makes sense. Yep. She is aware of the tragedy. She'd, quote, have him to know she was meat for his master, end quote.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that one is, but it just gives the sense of her being like, I'm not falling for this.
Yeah, I wonder, like, you're not good enough for me. Whoever your master is, I'm for them. Yeah. Whether that's a reference to God? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Poor David in vain implored to remain. He dared not, he said, cross the mountain again. Why, the fare was obdurate. None knows, to be sure it was said she was setting her cap at the curate. Be that as it may, it is certain the soul hole Price found to creep into that night was the coal hole. In that shady retreat, with nothing to eat, and with very bruised limbs, and with very sore feet, all night close he kept. I can't say he slept, but he sighed, and he sobbed, and he groaned, and he wept, lamenting his sins, and his 2 broken shins, bewailing his fate with contortions and grins. And her he once thought a complete rara avis, consigning to Satan viz cruel Miss Davis.
I Love this. This is what we want to see. He is miserable and good. Good that he is miserable.
He deserves this.
He deserves it totally. And him having to sleep in a coal hole with no food and he's cold and doesn't get to sleep. And all he's doing is blaming someone else for this. He's blaming her. Being like, she should go to hell for doing this to me. And it's like, sir, look inward.
Yep.
Why have you found yourself in a coal hole?
Come on, a Welshman's not... I mean, a drunkard's not going to look inward. They can't even look at the dictionary.
I'm amazed, like, did the priest's wife write this one and was like, can we add this to the book? And
no, I think our Reverend Barham was, despite some trappings of the age, generally pretty woke.
Okay,
as it goes.
Okay.
Some of that might come from the fact that he knows he married up.
Sure.
But generally, he's...
I mean, men can love and respect their wives even in 1840, and he clearly did, and his writing reflects the respect he has for women. And
not just women, in a lot of different facets. He is consistently on the side of the poor and the downtrodden and the maligned by society.
Okay.
And absolutely punching up at anyone in power.
Okay. But yeah, I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Now, there was a line in there as well that Miss Davis was setting her cap at the curate. Now, curate is like a priest, basically.
Okay.
It is a religious job.
Yep.
So that might be what it's referring to. She's setting her cap at the curate. She might be going into the church herself.
Yes, yep.
So she may be intending to be a nun.
Yeah, that's the direction
she's
she's
not a drunkard's wife.
Yeah. Oh, what a catch he would be.
He's got a drinking habit and a very lovely grandmother clock at home. Mr. David has since had a serious call. He never drinks ale, wine, or spirits at all.
Okay.
And they say he is going to Exeter Hall to make a grand speech and to preach and to teach people that they can't brew their malt liquor too small. That an ancient Welsh poet, one Pindar ap Tudor, was right in proclaiming Ariston men uda, which means the pure element is for man's belly meant, and the gin's but a snare of old Nick the deluder.
So he's gone, that was clearly alcohol-induced, I need to stop drinking.
Yeah. He's gone teetotaler.
Yeah. So that's the priest's moral for this story is he killed his wife because he was drunk. He thought he was getting chased by her because he was drunk. Everyone should stop drinking to excess.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I'm just checking. The pure... Okay, so yeah, he's definitely saying just don't drink. He's not saying only drink beer, not gin.
No.
But this would have been after the point where gin had, like, fucked English society up. Like,
yeah, well, it said earlier...
Really significantly badly.
The jury were drinking gin toddies.
Yeah.
On jury duty.
Yeah, the story of gin in the UK is wild. And still on each evening when pleasure fills up, at the Old Goat in Boots with metheglin each cup, Mr. Price, if he's there, will get into the chair and make all of his quondam associates stare by calling aloud to the landlady's daughter, "Patty, bring a cigar and a glass of spring water." The dial he constantly watches, and when the long hand's at the 12 and the short at the 10, he gets on his legs, drains his glass to the dregs, takes his hat and greatcoat off their several pegs, with his president's hammer bestows his last knock, and says solemnly, "Gentlemen," say it with me now, "look at that clock." The end.
Wow. Man, the landlords of the Goat and Boots hate to see him coming. There's the guy that's going to drink water all night.
Yeah, and kick everyone. Now, they might actually like him about, because he's getting everyone out of there at like 10 to 12.
Yep.
Rather than 3
3
a.m. So I was like,
well,
we've actually kind of got a bit of a built-in closing
well,
time
we don't
here.
know if they're listening to him. They might be like, Square.
They might be square.
No, they might think he's a square. Like,
Oh, yes.
I know that's the wrong slang for the era, but they might stay and he goes and... But no, I do love the hammered-in moral of the whole story.
Yes.
Being like, it isn't like, respect your wife enough to not come home on time. It's not that, it's don't drink and make sensible choices that way. Like, which is still a fine moral.
Yeah. It's the moral he could fit into the rhyme scheme, for sure. Which surprised me, honestly, because most of the times these poems end in a whole separate stanza. Like, it even says, like, the poem ends and then it goes, moral. And then there's another extra couple of lines fitting the rhyme scheme of the moral. But that one was worked in really quite naturally.
It's kind of like it's a teacher's aid. Hey, teacher, here's the moral of the poem. So when you teach your kids, you can tell them the moral of the...
Yeah. But again, the moral doesn't, like, work orphaned from it, though, because it is, like, part of the meter. It shows that this man writes sermons for a living. Yes. Right?
I really loved that story. It's definitely one of my favourites. He deserved it. A man being tortured after murdering his wife is perfect.
Yeah. I have had in my head, since I read this, one April Fool's Day, I'm doing the grandfather clock with the face.
Yep, definitely.
I don't quite remember anything else about this story, but I remember the clock. Which, hopefully I'm not going to dream about that clock tonight.
You roll over in bed and I'm just a clock with my face.
Ding, ding, ding.
You're laying next to a clock.
God, stop it! Okay. I need to flush these horrible thoughts out of my mind, and I'm going to do that by awarding some awards.
Ooh.
I always find that I want to award the MVP to the fictional Thomas Ingoldsby Esquire. Mm-hmm. But I think I've done that before with this book, so I'm not going to do that again. I mean, it's not Mr. Price.
No, there's very few characters for it to be.
I don't know if it can be Mrs. Price either.
No?
Well, we didn't get much about her, aside from her berating him.
Yeah. I think...
Her ghost, if that counts as a separate character, yes.
The clock.
Possibly Patty Morgan, the milkmaid, who appears once at the very end and doesn't say a single thing.
I think it's got to go to Davis, who was just like...
Sir, no. Get out of here. Yeah.
Not even a chance.
Yep. She is...
Closes the door.
Yep. I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I think she's got to get the award.
Any younger listeners listening, this is the equivalent of someone sliding into your DMs and you just going absolutely no and blocking them. Sleep in that coal scuttle overnight.
Don't just block them. Don't insult them either. But you're right. Absolutely no block. Well.
Word award?
Word award. You got one?
I think I have a phrase.
Phrase? Yeah, I'll take it.
Drink till we've drunk the sun down.
Let's drink down the moon. Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
If I take away anything from the story apart from the grandfather clock chasing him over the hill, I think it would be that phrase.
Yeah, next time I'm absolutely tying one on. I think that needs to be a cheers. Mm-hmm. I'm tempted to give it to funk as the earliest usage that I've seen of the word funk. Not even a specific use of it, but the word itself. Mm-hmm. It probably is earlier than that, but there you go.
Well, he mentions that schoolboys use it, though, so that is interesting.
Yeah. He's a very well-read clergyman, that's for sure.
Where does that come from, though? Anyway, we can look up the etymology of funk later. Is that right? Etymology? Entomology? What one is that?
Etymology.
We can look up the etymology of funk later.
Yeah. It's, entomology is about ants. Is the way I remember it. So therefore, etymology must be words.
Yep.
But yeah, maybe I'll drop that in. Maybe I won't. I will drop this in. The use of funk, as in to be in a funk, meaning like an agitated or distressed state, dates from around the mid-1700s, so the word had been around for less than 100 years when he used it. Well, one thing I will certainly be doing is a proper episode next week of
Second-hand haunting.
This week's story from the Ingoldsby Legends, or Mirth and Marvels, by Thomas Ingoldsby Esquire, aka Reverend Richard Harris Barham. Episode edited by Callum Patrick for the Peas in a Podcast Network.